Hey guys, it's Imperial 40k here. Today I have a tactics video for you. Today's tactics video is going to be on Space Marine Sniper Scouts. Now, if you're looking for regular Space Marine Scouts, these fine chaps down here, I should have a tactics video already up about them. But if you're looking for Sniper Scouts, this is the video, this is where it's all at. So, if you're looking for Sniper Scouts, keep watching. If you're looking for regular Scouts tactics, go onto the channel and check it out. Okay. So, today's video, guys, is going to be pretty basic. It's just going to start off with the points cost for this squad, what I'd recommend and not recommend that you get for it. Then I'm going to go over some basic tactics that you should use to help you play in the game and make decisions based on your strategy. And then finally, I will go over some basic strategy ideas and how you can use these guys in the real game. So let's dive straight into it and go to the points. Sorry about that. Alright, so Scout, Sniper Squad, just Scout Squad. Alright, so it's a 75 point squad. It's 4 Scouts, 1 Scout Sergeant. It's an infantry. It has Scout Armor, Bolt Pistol, Bolt Gun, Frag and Crack Grenades. Special rules are, and they shall know no fear, Combat Squads, Combat Tactics, Infiltrate and Move Through Cover, and Scout. So it's got all the special rules to be a scouting squad. Obviously, as you can see, the downside, it's kind of hard because I've got it backed away a bit because you go any closer, the focus is all munted up. I bitch about the focus every video if you haven't noticed. So the weapon and ballistic skill for a regular scout is 3 instead of 4. So they're a bit less than a regular Space Marine, but don't dwell on that because they will still do very well for you. So that's that. Alright, we'll go over the options now. So the options are, may include up to 5 additional scouts for 13 points per model. Any scout may replace his bolt gun with a shotgun, combat blade or sniper rifle for free. 1 scout may replace his bolt gun with a heavy bolter with hellfire shells or a missile launcher for 10 points. Scout sergeant may replace his bolt gun or bolt pistol with a combi melter, flamer or plasma for 10 points. A plasma pistol for 15 points, a power weapon for 15 points, and a power fist for 25 points. The Scout Sergeant may also take Melter Bombs, Teleporter Homer, and the whole squad may have Camo Cloaks for 3 points. And if you would like to replace the Scout Sergeant for Sergeant Talion, it is 50 points for that. So those are all your options. So forget anything about upgrading your Scout Sergeant, any of these things here. You're going to want Camo Cloaks for your entire squad, depending on if you have Talion or not. In Talion, you can still get away with 5th edition rules, which is if you have Talion, you automatically have stealth, so you don't need to buy the Camo Cloaks. He'll just give the rest of the squad stealth. But eventually, when it updates to 6th edition, apparently he's going to have a Camo Cloak, so he'll come with a Camo Cloak, but you'll have to buy Camo Cloaks for the other guys in the squad. But yeah, like I said, you can still get away with 5th edition rules, which is just don't have to buy Camo Cloaks because this guy's got stealth. Which that's all Camo Cloaks give you if you don't already know. They just give you the stealth special rule. So yeah, obviously they're going to have sniper rifles, give you sergeant sniper rifles, give all the rest. I think it's a very good investment to have either a heavy bolter or a missile launcher in your squad. It boosts their the way they play quite a lot. It'll get you more kills. It'll open up more options for the squad and what it can do. So just quickly, the heavy bolter guy that's in the scout squad here actually comes with this regular scout squad, and the rocket launcher guy from that scout squad there actually comes with the sniper scouts. So, but the weird thing is that these work better in the opposite squads. The heavy bolter works far better in with the snipers, and the rocket launcher works far better with the regular scouts, I find, if they're outflanking. Even if they're not, they still work better than a heavy bolter. So, because the heavy bolter, for example, has the exact same range as the sniper rifles, and it's better. It's a better anti-infantry killer than the rocket launcher. The hellfire shells are better than the frag grenades, and just the regular 3 bullets from the heavy bolter are much better. But on top of that, these guys are going to be shooting at infantry anyway. I don't think you should be shooting at vehicles. These guys do much better with the rocket launcher because when they're outflanking, you get side armor on tanks. So if you don't want to assault a squad, that rocket launcher is always there for intimidation, and it makes the opponent scared that they're going to get side armor hits in your vehicles. And also you can just have that guy there just to give you that option, just in case you want to. You know, you want to either scare them or actually try and blow up that tank. He can do it with a bit of luck on the roll. But anyway, that's besides the point. They do far better than the opposite squads. So back to the scout sniper rifles now. So I have, my current setup is 3 scout sniper rifles, 1 sergeant with a sniper rifle, and the heavy bolter guy. This is the best I've got. The only way I could upgrade this anymore would be replace that guy, Sergeant Talion. Talion is much better than a regular scout sergeant. So he's a good investment if you want to buy him. But this video I'm just going to be focusing on, if you don't have him and you just got a regular scout squad, I'll just give you some tactics on him. So guys, we'll move into the tactics now. So straight up, okay, your deployment. Really with these guys, you're not going to be deploying them unless the building that you're putting them in is in your deployment. Just quickly, you're always going to want to put these guys in a building, in some form of terrain. In a building like this, well, it's not actually a building, it's a ruins. It'll give you a 4+ save with camo cloaks. It'll give you a 3+, so it's as good as power armor Space Marine then. So that's always good. That'll save the squad a lot. It'll keep them alive for a lot longer. Your enemy shouldn't be really aiming at these guys too much, but if they are, at least they got some sort of protections. But even if you can't get in a building, even just sit on a grassy mound, or I don't know, some mound like that maybe, I don't know. Just be in some form of cover, otherwise there's no point of having a camo cloak, okay? So that is that. So always chuck them in a building. So when you deploy, if the building is just outside your range, you just infiltrate into it and scout. If you have to, you get upstairs in the upper levels. If you can't quite make it up, you should be able to infiltrate into the upper levels anyway. But if you want to get down, you can always scout down before the start of the game, and that doesn't count as a movement, so you can still shoot normally. You don't have to snapshot. If that didn't make any sense, I don't know. Just figure it out. I don't know. Read the 6th edition rulebook. Figure it out for yourself. I got a bit off track there. So combat squad, if you have 10 guys, like what a lot of people, well not a lot, but I've seen a few people do this. They get a sniper squad and a regular squad. They combine them together. These guys usually just 5 combat blade with pistol guys, and then you get the 4 snipers with a heavy bolter or a rocket launcher. And they do this just in case you play Purge the Alien, which is all about killing enemy squads to get points. If that does happen, it'll only happen about 1 out of 6 times. This is where these guys, both scout squads, don't do as well. So if you can, to have them in the same squad, that's much easier, because 2 separate 5-man scout squads are very fragile, very easy to kill. Your enemy will not have a lot of trouble killing these guys, believe me. So if you can, that's a really good idea. Probably keep the sergeant in this squad, because you want a better shot in that squad, and then just keep your 5 regular scouts in a combat blade or shotgun squad. So if you were doing Purge the Alien, which is like if you roll a 2 on the mission dice roll, you chuck them down the bottom, and then your snipers will go on the upper floors. But so that's if you have 10 and you want a combat squad. Otherwise, I'd recommend always do a 5-man sniper squad. If you got a bit more, it's alright, but a 5-man always works better. So I'm waffling on a bit. So movement. No, you're not going to move with these guys. If you need to move, infiltrate and scout in before the start of the game. After that, you shouldn't be moving at all. Shoot. Always shoot, obviously. That's what these guys do. They shoot. They don't assault. They don't move. They shoot. So shoot everything that's in your range. If you can't shoot something in your range, shoot something else that's in your range. Shoot all the time. If you have to move a bit around the building to get to a better spot, say you deployed him on a shitty spot and you have to move him a bit, you can always move that one guy and just snapshot him while the rest of the squad shoots normally. So you can always do that. If you're going to get assaulted, like say this is like turn 4 or 5, and your scout squad is getting assaulted and they're coming towards the ruins building, well, let's face it, you're pretty fucked by then, because you obviously have like no units in your army left to protect your scouts, and you've left a gap and they've gone straight through to your scouts at the back. It's even worse when you're sitting on objective with scouts, because they are troops. If you can see what I mean, if you had like an objective here, it's a very good idea for every scout to sit on an objective. But it's even worse if they're coming to assault you. So always assault first. If there's a squad coming up to assault you, if you try and foresee this and try like start getting down the lower levels on previous turns to get ready to come out and assault them in front of the building, then just have one guy like sitting back so he's still in range of capturing the objective. So you still have the objective, and you should be able to maybe hold that squad off for at least until the end of the game or something. So then you still hold the objective, and I don't know, just hold them off until reinforcements arrive or something to help you out. So assault if you have to, and always assault first if you have to. Transport, no, because you can't get a transport, but you don't need a transport anyway. These guys are in a building, they don't need to go anywhere, they're just staying in one spot. Okay, so that's that. This video's been going on for a bit, so we'll start going quickly now. So strategies. Okay, so I'll just move these guys. So your building's going to be there, probably say this is a field. Okay, so you got your building there, snipers and all that. Now your number one strategy with these guys is the sniper rifles that they have are pinning. So a pinning is very good because it makes the squad go to ground, and when they go to ground they can't do anything for a turn, and they get +1 on their cover save. So if they're immediately open like these guys, they got shot, they were pinned, they would have to not do anything for a turn, unless they had some sort of magic rule that would stop them from doing that. But they'd have to do nothing for a turn, and they're sitting in the melee open, so they only get a cover save of 6+, which is just you have to roll a 6, so it's not really 6+. But see, it doesn't really make a difference. So pinning's very good for slowing down squads that are running towards an objective, for example, or just running for squads running towards one of your squads. So, for example, we'll just chuck this guy here. Say they're running towards your captain. Your captain's, I don't know, he's going towards the objective, doing something, I don't know. So you can slow these guys down while your captain or another squad he's with or something goes up and captures the objective, and they don't do anything for a turn unless they've got a special rule, like I said. The Imperial Guard, this squad here, has a special rule that can stop that. But if you're not versed in Imperial Guard, you're pretty set. So pinning only occurs when you wound, they successfully have someone either die or take off one of their wounds. So they have to fail the armor save, not just wound them. So if they do that, so say you kill one, then they have to take a leadership test. If they fail this, they go to ground. It's a pinning test, really, but it's the same as the leadership. They go to ground, they don't do anything for a turn. Also, if you kill enough, so it's a 5-man squad and you kill 2, they also have to do a leadership test as well as that. So they do a pinning test first, then a leadership test. So that's always good. But on average, if you like my squad here, it'll only have 4 sniper shots. So here we go, here's the 4, the blue dice is this sergeant because he's higher, just a little bit better ballistic skill. So on average, 2 will hit, 1 out of those 2 will wound, and then they have to roll an armor save. They roll, say they do roll shitly, and they roll, for example, something more like 1, and they fail their armor save. One of them dies. Okay, so this guy here, he dies. Now they have to take a leadership test. So it's even better if you take out their sergeants. I'll get to that in a minute. So they have to take a leadership test, they grab 2 dice, roll it. Okay, so they passed. But if they fail, they would have had to go on the ground, and they would either just remember that they've gone to ground, or what you can do is just put them over on their side to represent that they have been on the, they're on the ground for the next turn. Okay, but another thing on the side of that, so they're going to be pinning people, not really killing people. The heavy bolter's there to add a bit more damage, so you probably only get 1 guy maybe dead if you're lucky. 1, maybe 2 guys if you're really lucky. If you're not very lucky at all, you won't kill anyone. But so you get 1 guy dead with 4 snipers. The heavy bolter guy with either 3 shots or his Hellfire Blast you should be able to kill at least 1 or 2 people. So I would use your 3 shots if you're versing guys like these guys here. They got a 4+ save, these scouts. So they're enemy scouts, so they're not the same. They got a 4+, so the heavy bolter AP of 4 should go straight through it. But if you're versing, so if you got 4+ or less, I'd use the 3 heavy bolter shots. But if you're versing like this squad here of Space Marines, and they got a 3+, and your heavy bolter doesn't have a high enough AP to go through that armor, you're probably better off going with the Hellfire round, because it's a poison, so it wounds on a 2+. So if you do hit, it's a 2+ to wound, and then you just gotta hope at least then you'll have more wounds rather than just like maybe 1 or 2. And you know, they just gotta roll. They'll always roll probably 1 shit one, and then 1 die. 1 will die at least. But if you but the heavy bolter rounds won't do as well. They'll probably just save it. That was a bit of a waffle there. I didn't really say a lot. Okay, so if you understood that at all. So another thing you can do on the side as well as pinning guys, if you roll a 6 to hit with these guys, with the snipers, say one guy rolls a 6 to hit, that is a precise shot. Now a precise shot is just where if it wounds, you get to choose where that wound goes rather than your opponent, which is, your opponent will always have to, he'll always have to elect it to the front guy. But if there's a sergeant, like this guy in the middle, say he's a sergeant, if you roll a 6 to wound, to hit, and then you wound, and you roll like a 5 to wound, he will then have to take a wound, and it'll have to be on him. He'll roll. Okay, so he failed. So there you go. Then the sergeant's dead. So there you go. Now the leadership is down to 8. So it's even better. It's even easier now to pin them, and so now they have to take a pinning test on top of that because you killed a guy, and and when they do that, they have a leadership of 8 now instead of 9 because that sergeant's gone. So that's something that you can do on the side. It's just there. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, you're mainly just there to pinning people. You know what I mean? To pin down squads. So a good example of a squad to pin would be the assault squad. This is very damaging for them if they do not move during the game. If they're there for 1 turn, they can get mowed down and easily be taken out. So this is how you can use these guys' support role. Don't use them as killing machines because they won't do that. They'll just be supporting you. Yeah, so that's kind of like that, guys. So you're really just going to want to aim to pin guys. If you have to, try and take out the sergeant if you can. Also, when you're wounding, just quickly, if you roll a 6 when you're wounding on top of that, you don't have to have a precise shot. If you just hit a normal one, if you just get a 4 to hit, and then you roll a 6 to wound, it's a rendering shot. And a rendering is just a wound, but it's got an AP too. So then you can, whoever it's on, it'll just automatically go through that armor save. Unless they have a cover save or a invulnerable save, they'll just die straight up. So that's always good. So if you roll a 6 and then another 6, so you roll a 6 to hit and then a 6 to wound, you can chuck it on that sergeant and then he's dead. Unless he gets a 5+ cover save or something and he somehow makes that save. But most likely, that guy will be dead. So if you get good luck, roll 2 6s, hit 6 to hit, 6 to win. You'll be able to take out that sergeant or that heavy weapon quite easily. So those are the guys you're going to be aiming for if you get a precise shot for the heavy weapon or the sergeant. Lower the leadership or lower the damage output of the squad. Don't just go for a normal guy, obviously. So that's pretty much that, guys. These snipers are not there to kill a lot. They're just there to be very supporting of the rest of your army and just there to help. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you like this video or you found it helpful or something like that, I would like you to like this video. I know it's pretty obvious, but if this video was helpful, please press a like, click it, I don't know, whatever you do. Subscribe if you want more videos. Go onto the channel and check out my other videos. Comment if you think I've done something wrong or I've done something I could have improved with this tactics video. Or just comment for, I don't know, anything. Comment for the sake of commenting. So, like and comment for what you think of the video. And so that's pretty much it, guys. This is Imperial 40K, over and out. Until next time, see you later.